and we have some postcards you can sign for you as well, which is great. And then that kind of dovetails smoothly into the big online book sale over here, which is kind of run by the online. You put money in buckets, and you have a look at what they've got, bless them. And because it's like chaos out there, it's worse than Storm Dower out there, this is in terms of people trying to queue to get food and drink. There's some wonderful cakes from the online as well, if you want some wonderful cakes from them. So, moving swiftly on to Nigel Plaskitt and Hartley. Please do come down, Nigel. And I can see Hartley is refusing to appear until we pay the money, so that's very nice of him. And well, we'll bodge it and mend it best we can to get round that issue, we will. Please can take a seat. And Luke has done his magic. For those people live streaming, it's like sound singing, isn't it? That's what it is. Thank you. So this must be probably what, the fourth time we've done this now. So
yes, it's been quite a few.
Yeah, and in fact you can watch the previous one on the DVD set.
You can.
I have to say, which is rather nice.
Yes.
Because there was that one time, I think, was it upstairs in the town hall, where I think I kept Hartley talking for about an hour, and your arm was probably dead by the time we finished. So.
I don't recollect that.
Good,
so, yes,
good.
It probably was a bad experience. Yeah.
I have to say, we're here today really thanks to yourself and Jonathan Kidd for keeping these episodes of Pipkins. I mean, you kept an awful lot, didn't you?
I did, yes. I don't know how many there are in total. You probably know better than I.
Yeah, there's a good probably 70 from you.
Yes.
I think on the set.
Well, I did start recording them towards the end of the series, because I was aware that by then we had home recording machines anyway. About halfway through the production of Pipkins in 76, around 75, 76, they started to bring out the old Philips recording machines. And because I was a first adopter of everything technical, I bought one and recorded a lot on the old Philips, which I no longer have, unfortunately. But so I probably lost a few there. But the ones that I have kept were from the Betamax recordings that I did from about 77 onwards. I'm not sure when the Betamax.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Something like that. Yeah.
If ever you come across the Philips, and you probably won't, but if ever you do, it would be wonderful to suddenly find them.
It would, yes, but no, I think I don't have any of those.
Yeah. But we did leave two like slots in the boxes actually.
Yeah.
There were 18 discs, but there's actually 20 slots, and that's quite deliberate because we do kind of hope that some more will turn up on there. I mean, because even like when you did that Talking Pictures talk a few months back, didn't you?
Yeah.
That woman kind of contacted with some audio recordings.
She did. Yes, there was some early audio recordings they'd done of some episodes, and we used those on. I think you got them.
Yes, we have. They're on there as well.
Yes.
Partly why it took so long to get the set out because Jonathan kept finding extra episodes and things like that would turn up as well.
Yes.
All good reasons for being late as opposed to bad reasons, I have to say. You know.
Yeah. Jonathan Kidd has contributed some of these episodes, I think, and one or two other people as well. So it's not
I think there's one from Gail Reynolds, had one,
Yeah.
and the National Arts Education Institute had got the original early ones.
Right.
Interesting, yeah. I mean, strangely enough, the ones that Network had brought out, which they got from, I think probably from TV Arc actually, from Lucy Woodward, those were transfers that Lucy had done of the original tapes that were up in Huddersfield that no one knew still existed because she'd done them 22 years earlier.
Right.
So this has been a long time in the making, as they say, to kind of get to where it is today.
Yes, and in fact, some of the episodes that are on there were on the original Network ones. But Network didn't. They said they had put all the ones that they had out in their box set, and in actual fact they didn't, because I had a lot more that they didn't use, and so they consequently are now on this new DVD. So.
And one of those unusual kind of extras was the big sinus ad, because you told me there was one on there that never actually got shown, which really surprised me.
Yeah, well, it was made for a corporate event, and it was a bit, shall I say, saucy. As saucy as you could get in those says with a character like Malcolm. But yes, we did. They happened to be on the tapes that I gave you, and I think you put them on the disc. So
We did.
all 5 of the transmitted ones are there, and there's an extra one.
Yeah, I never realised there was a whole series. I thought it was just one advert.
No.
For that scene.
Yeah. Well, everybody remembers the first one because they did use that the most.
Yeah.
But they tried about 3 years later. We shot some more, and then even into the 90s, I think it was sometime in the 90s, we shot another a commercial with me being the dad and Barbara New being a grandmother now, and then Malcolm was my son,
Yeah.
basically. So, but that didn't kind of work so well. It was always the first one that everyone remembers, and everyone,
Absolutely.
they used it again and again, you know.
Yeah.
But it ran for 10 years, so
Amazing.
more or less the same time as Pickens did.
And you were doing the Muppet Show at the same time as Pickens?
No, I didn't. They did the Muppet Show. The Muppet Show moved in to the next stage to us, about 75, and ran through till more or less when Pickens finished as well. And then I started working for Henson's about 85 with Labyrinth. So that was a bit later. I started doing Spitting Image by that point, and I started work on Spitting Image and then added in the Henson stuff, which was Labyrinth, Muppet Christmas Carol, Muppet Treasure Island, Muppets Most Wanted, and 1 or 2 other films as well.
They're showing Muppets Christmas Carol here in about 2 weeks' time.
I
In a
didn't
sing-along
doubt it.
version.
Yeah, oh right, okay.
Yes.
The bouncing ball.
Absolutely. I believe it's sold out. That's how popular
yeah.
they are. People
Yeah.
would sing along to them.
It's a very popular film, and many people tell me that it's one of the most accurate versions of Christmas Carol, because it sticks very much to the book, and a lot of Gonzo's dialogue is actually from the book. So it's very, very close.
And those actors never retire, they just rest. But I imagine, as a puppeteer, you're as much demand now as if you were probably 30 years ago.
Well, I don't know. I'm more selective. I do more of this now than actually performing. And I do teach. I'm involved with Avenue Q, the musical, the stage musical, and I train the actors to use the puppets for that. So that's quite a big commitment once that gets going. And in actual fact, we just did a concert performance in London of the show two Sundays ago. Sold out 2 performances.
Wow.
Extraordinary in the Les Miserables set, but it actually fitted quite well. So it was very good.
And this picture you can see on screen, if you can see it there, as you say, looking around,
Yeah.
it's actually on a mug, would you believe it or not? It's Simon the MC that has created literally a couple of mugs of this shot just because he did it for your benefit, you being here, as it were. But I was trying to explain who these characters were to my wife, who's trying to look very embarrassed at the back of the room right now and hide away. But she has no idea at all, obviously, who these characters are. I mean, I know who they are, but she's invented all sorts of names over the weekend as to who she thinks these characters are. But who is with Hartley?
Well, that's Topov. That's the original version of Topov. So that's quite an early one. He looked a little bit like Roadkill. but funny enough, he actually also looked. His face was very similar to the face of the producer and director of the series. And we always thought it was Michael. So he was the original version, not very easy to use, and was relatively quickly replaced. I think after a couple of years we had a new version.
I don't look like the face of Fu Manchu.
Well, yes,
yes. New Adventures of Charlie Chan stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have to let the real star, of course, do a bit of talking as well. So I can see that.
What way put your hand? Oh! Oh, it's you again. I didn't seem to ever get anywhere. Get away from him. It's terrible. Sorry, hello.
Yes, hello, Hartley. I haven't seen you for a couple of weeks. Hello, really. Are you well?
I'm very well, thank you.
Okay, good.
How long have you got?
We've got about 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yes, absolutely.
I've come all this way for 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, then we'd actually sign some autographs afterwards. You know, it always appeals to your ego, doesn't it? So, you know, you like your ego.
Oh, my ego, yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, ask me a question then.
Oh, well, I see, maybe I said the audience asked you a question, really.
Why not?
I spent so much time. Anyone like to ask Hartley a question?
No? Oh, good.
No? There you go. That's it, you can go home then, can't you, really?
Go
It's
to the
finished.
bar, shall we?
Yes, absolutely. We're lucky to get in the bar out there today. There's lots of people out there doing craft fairs and things like that. There's some wonderful hareskin handbags out there you can buy if you want to.
Moving on. Any questions from anybody?
Yes, if not, I
Oh,
will
yes,
ask
in the
the
back.
question.
Hello, can I help you?
Go on, Simon.
I'm just wondering, Hartley, if you knew what the origin of your name was, because Hartley isn't a very common, it's quite a rare name.
No.
Ah,
I suspect it's something to do with jam. But I'm not sure. Good one. I'll see if I can find out.
thank you.
That's a question probably no one has ever asked actually in all the years that we've been together.
That is true.
Trust Simon to put the one question that he can answer as well, you see. I mean, he's always posing me questions like that I can't answer. That's
Well,
what's
Susan people know, so I'll ask her. Yeah, she will.
Yes, that's very true. Are you very pleased to see your box set?
Hartley,
Yes.
what would you like for Christmas?
Ah, I should say my 2 front teeth, but I've already got those. I've got nothing else. What would I like for Christmas? Oh, I would like a big turkey.
Ooh, is that as a friend or to eat?
I don't want to eat it. What would I want to eat it for?
Well, I did wonder, you know, but you never know.
I'd like it as a pet.
In this world of political correctness, I can't assume you're a vegetarian, you
Oh,
see,
no,
anymore.
but I think I am actually.
Yes, I'm sure you probably are.
I've never really considered myself anything else.
Well, surely you want to find a Mrs. Hare and have lots of little hairs.
At my age,
Oh, well, the plastic surgery you've got, you look young enough to be 20.
well, I have had work, yes, it's true, but it's just around the eyes. Any other questions?
What do you remember of Pipkins, the original series, with Mr. Pipkin?
Absolutely nothing. That's the beauty of old age. You don't remember anything. Well, no, I do. It's, what do I remember? I remember Octavia, the ostrich, and I remember Bertha, that woman that used to come in and clean, and I remember Johnny. Ah, Johnny. Johnny. Whatever happened to him? I don't know.
I think he went off to become a pretender, didn't he, for a while, I think, for Central Television, and
I think he was pretending anyway. No, he was a lovely man. But, no, I haven't seen any of them. I don't really remember that much. There was such a lot. I can't see you behind this microphone. I don't remember that much, but it was a very good, fun thing to do.
And I'll answer this. Yeah, I did enjoy doing it. We had a good time for about 8 or 9 years, I think it was. And the series ran for the whole of the 70s virtually. And it was a joy to do. But the only thing I think I learned is that what you don't get is this sort of thing, which is the audience reaction. You don't know what the audience are thinking or saying or how they're reacting to the programmes. That's the sad thing. But that's just television in general, you know. So it was kind of like making it in a vacuum. It wasn't really until these sort of events started, till Kaleidoscope started doing these things and other events that I've done, that I've really got to understand what the show meant to the audience and how important children's television is as a whole. You know, because, and it's a great shame that we don't make more, British stuff now. It's all been cut back, and I think it's a great shame. Looking at the Diddy Men just now, as I was watching, there's nothing like that made anymore. Nothing like the Chuckle Vision, nothing like Chuckle Vision made. Robert and I worked on a series. I think he told you together, which is still on the BBC. It's called Monty Python. But that was almost one of the last things that they have created.
Shame, isn't it? Yes.
It is a shame, and it's interesting because I mean, I guess Kaleidoscope will always be remembered for two things, or three things actually. One was beasts, the fact that nobody had seen that until we started showing it, and that became eventually happened DVD. The second one being Public Eye. We kind of relaunched Alfred Burger and Public Eye as a programme. And the third one is actually Hartley Hare, and
Yes.
it seems because probably until we asked you originally to come along and bring Hartley to that original event, there have been a few years there where it's been off the screens and the memory was slipping. But yeah, absolutely, it's incredible, isn't it, Hartley, how you have been rejuvenated thanks
Yes.
to us.
I have been reborn. Somebody asked me the other day, well, how old am I? Well, I don't really know. Am I a child? Am I an adult? I don't know. Who thinks I'm a child? Put your hand up if you think I'm a child. Who thinks I'm an adult? Right, okay, but I'll take that on board. Obviously some of you don't know.
Who thinks Hartley's an OAP? I mean, there you go.
Yes, well, I think you're right.
Hartley,
Yes.
did you get a gold-plated ATV pension then?
Oh,
I didn't even get a golden handshake. All I got was slung in a cupboard somewhere, and then moved to Norfolk. So I had to be recreated by the very talented Paul Germain, who's sitting somewhere at the back. He's
Yes,
waving at me
the
now.
Paul of the fantastic
Hands in the
puppeteer
air.
is sitting at the back trying to film something, so we're going to annoy him by making him wave his hand instead of
Yes.
making the picture all wobbly.
He made me, and he recreated me, shall I say, for the original DVDs, which was about 18
Yeah,
18 years ago.
absolutely. I mean, absolutely. I think you are Hartley Mark III. I think we had Hartley Mark II originally.
And Mark IV.
And Mark IV. They are even more plastic surgery.
Yeah.
You know. You are the Dolly Parton of
I am.
St Albans, aren't you?
And I can still open my mouth.
Yeah, but the Botox though makes it a bit hard to smile, doesn't it?
It
Really?
does, yes.
I gotta say, but never mind.
Yes, yes.
Now, just before we ask you to sign some autographs, Hartley,
Yes.
we might actually have to ask your helper, Mr. Nigel Plaskitt instead, because your hands are going to struggle to sign anything like this.
Sign anything with these, yeah.
Absolutely, you know, I mean, since we're not very stumpy,
I
as it
think
were.
the phone needs to become the phone.
I think Paul actually has brought something on he wants to maybe, I say, auction off as well, so
Well,
let's do it.
Yes, there's a couple of maquettes that we made for, originally for the possibility of merchandising, but as ITV don't really know who own the rights, it never got further than that, so they will be for sale too. They're a bit pricey, but if you've got the money, they're worth it.
Well, when people come around and look at, have a talk to you and have their photo taken you over there, as it were, that gives you the chance to maybe show people
Yeah.
what they are, and then when we come back at about 1:15, I think, after lunch hour, we'll have a go and see who might be interested in buying them if you haven't sold them already. So that's really good.
I'm going to take a rest now on this pole.
Yeah, your arm must be hurting you, Mr. Nigel, by now, as it were. I've got to say, that's very painful there, Hartley, to actually have that shoved up your
he's used to it.
Yeah, absolutely. He's just into being the attendant, isn't it? But it's never mind. Right, moving swiftly onwards because we're live streaming. I want to ask you to maybe, Keith is going to help you to kind of find yourself somewhere to sit over there and sort that kind of side out. And the Arm Live going to sort their side out here in terms of some cakes and things. And we're going to have much merriment for the next hour or so. And we'll come back to watch Only Fools and Horses about 1:15. So, thank you very much.